Today we talk about the creator of Spongebob dying, video game rehab, Elon Musk scrapping the boring tunnel, and myself. Hello, welcome to the first episode of my podcast. Don't know what I'm going to name it yet. Thinking low-key velocity? Might be low-key velocity. Who knows? I don't. I'll know at the end. God, this is going to be a train wreck. My name is Elon Gonzalez, and today we start with episode 1. The first thing I want to get off the table is who I am and who you're listening to, essentially. My name is Elon Gonzalez. I am 15. I respect all music and all forms of anything, although I do have favorites. And we'll get to more on that. But first, I want to bring up a big thing in my life for sure, is that the creator of Spongebob died. That's right. Let's see if I can pronounce his last name. Steven Hillenburg died. And that was very upsetting. He died of ALS, I believe. Yep. And he was 57. Like, he was pretty young. And I think that was pretty messy. Like, I don't know. It didn't hit me the day he died until maybe earlier today. Because I spent a lot of my life watching SpongeBob. I watched that in Fairly Odd Parents a lot. And, sorry, let me get my sip of my Lipton tea because I'm that kind of person. Anyway, he was like a big part of my life. I didn't realize it until afterwards. I would say I read a lot about him. I used to watch Rocko's Modern Life, which he was a big part of. And it's just really sad to see him go. A lot of people I've really enjoyed died in a while. You know what? That sounds weird. A lot of people I've enjoyed died. It's so weird. Like, everyone I like. You know, like, I remember when David Bowie died. My, I guess you can call it a girlfriend at the time, she got real sad. And I was like, because it didn't hit me. I don't know why it doesn't hit me when they die. For example, my pour one out for Stan Lee. He died at 95 just out of heart failure. Like, that's insane. How did that just happen, you know? It's insane. Oh, jeez. I was big into that stuff, you know? I was big into Marvel, and then, boom, Stan Lee died. I was big into SpongeBob. You know what? Who else died? If you didn't know, if you remember the meme, what are those? You know, the guy goes to the police officer and he's like, what are those? What was his name? Brandon Moore, I remember now. He was the creator, and he died at 31. Like, we don't know why yet, but he died. That's insane. The big thing about him was interesting, because in Black Panther they did a joke about it, and he was upset. Because he never got to do, like, a business thing. He never got to make it copyright. And now everyone uses it, and I think it's a little sad, you know? I don't know. What do I know about this? He's an internet comedian, and it really shows that we didn't know. Like, I didn't know who he was, and I only knew him from What Are Those? So I feel like it's really disheartening to know that he died. Of course he died with a happy family. He died, like, knowing he loved his sons and his son loved him. But as a comedian, that must suck. Like, you create one of the funnier things, and that gets used constantly, even in, like, AAA movies, just for nothing. You know? Kind of sucks. You know what? It's getting sad already. Look, this is not what the podcast is gonna be. There is another tragedy on here for later, but for now, let's go back to me. I want to be a comedian. That's one of the biggest things I wanted to do. I originally wanted to be a singer, but I can't sing. So I was like, I need to perform somehow. Because I don't see myself really doing an actual job, you know? Like, the idea of a job just never hit me, you know? I don't want to be a worker. I want to be a performer. I want to be someone big, important, you know? That's what I want. And it really shows in a lot of stuff I like. I'm a big fan of The Office. And, like, I'm a weird mix between Michael Scott and Napoleon Dynamite. Like, that's the only way you can really explain my personality, you know? I'm big into that big, bold stuff. Like, Queen. I'm a big fan of Queen. And if you don't know what Queen is, first off, why? And second off, they're a British band that in like 70s to 80s that were giant. Like they were massive because of like their performer Freddie Mercury, who is insanely talented and an amazing performer. If you want to look more on that, I recommend Bohemian Rhapsody. It was a really, really good movie. If it doesn't win anything for best movie, it should at least win something for best at least either supporting cast or outstanding what's it called? I don't know much about awards, so I guess it'd be like actor, the best actor. Because Rami Malek, he played a great Freddie Mercury. Although no, don't get me wrong, I think it was a great movie. But I kind of wanted Sacha Baron Cohen, and if you don't know what he is, look him up. He was in Borat and the Brothers Grimsby, which you don't need to see, it's whatever. But the point is that his idea of a movie was like more just Freddie Mercury and all he did, and then the band was like, no, that sounds disrespectful. So he left. Man, that was wild. Anyway, enough on that whole Sacha Baron Cohen. Yeah, I recommend Bohemian Rhapsody, and we're back to my big old personality. I just don't know how to explain myself, because I'm chill as a person, but I have this like weird personality performance where I'm like, I'm the best. In reality, if you're listening to this, you should know that I'm not. I'm just there. I'm also kind of mean, and I don't know. I don't mean to be. It's not like I'm trying. It's just that kind of person, and I don't like it, but it's fun, Like, you're self-aware of it, and you want to change. In fact, I do want to change a lot of what I'm doing. Normally, I'm very melancholy and sad and all that, and, kind of bad. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a podcast. I'm going to do this 30-day detox thing I saw on Instagram, which I'm starting tomorrow because today I had to record the podcast. I love how I say when you read this. It's like I've died. And it's like, if you're reading this, I've been dead. First off, you don't even read a podcast. Second off, I don't know where this is going. I should probably get to the next topic before it gets real weird. Next up, video game rehabs are attracting government attention. Now, that's wild. And guess what's to blame? Your boy Fortnite. Which is hilarious. Because it's like, it treats video games like cocaine, but why? I mean, first off, I feel like you see those shirts at Target's like, or Walmart, it's like, I'm addicted to video games. I feel like somebody should have said something then. Someone should have been like, yeah, that's rehab worthy. But no, it's Fortnite. And it's so weird, because I feel like I was addicted for a while. Like, I would only play them, but maybe that's just a thing you do when you're a child, Some people, like if you play them now, like, if you play, 600 hours of Red Dead Redemption or whatever, that's addiction. But that's just the main kids, man. But whatever. It's weird. I don't know how I feel about it. It's like, in the government? Like, what's the government want to do? What does President DJT, have on any of, video games? Because if you didn't know, Barron Trump, Donald Trump's son, plays Fortnite. And I know he's 11, 12? It's fine. It's not that I'm making fun of him. It's just that it's funny imagining that somebody probably died by Barron Trump, and they did not know. Barron Trump is the most interesting out of all the, I'm not gonna spend this time and be like, oh, Trump bad. I'm not gonna tell you what you want to know. I don't care. But it's just funny to look at him, cause he sounds like, he's like, hello, hola, mate, how you doing? It doesn't sound like Donald Trump, but he's also got this shirt that says The Expert, and it's one of my favorite pictures of him, because he's not happy. Nobody in that picture is happy, and he's just sitting there. The only time he smiles is, when he looks, he's wild. I'm not saying, he's disgusting, it's just wild, On your mark, Dange, Tiger Shark. Wait a second. Oh, geez. Now it just sounds like I'm making fun of Barron Trump. This is the worst podcast where I'm just talking about sad shit and make fun of Barron Trump, Donald Trump's latest son. Latest, he has an iPhone brought of sons. Whatever. the last, not last big thing. Yeah, you know what? Last big thing I want to talk about is the Elon Musk situation. Ooh, did you hear that whole breath? Ugh, this is a train wreck. Elon Musk, and if you don't know who he is, he's basically the smart boy. He's the big old entrepreneur. You know, he's like, I'm gonna make Tesla, and I'm gonna make Uber and PayPal. But recently, he had the idea because he was bored in traffic in LA. He was like, I'm just gonna build a high-speed tunnel underground. Like, how do you do that? Like, how cool do you have to be to just do that? Whatever. The point is that he basically was like, I'm gonna do a underground high-speed tunnel. That's a good idea. But he has to cancel it now because some LA locals had to sue and be like, no, we don't want that under a house because he wants to go under houses. And I still don't know how I feel about that. It's weird, you know? But whatever. He still owns SpaceX, Tesla, and PayPal. So I mean, he's got nothing to worry about. Personally, I'm a big fan of Elon Musk because he's just cool. I recommend you look at his Twitter because it's funny and it's interesting and he's just pretty chill, you know? Speaking of Twitter, I mean, you should probably know what Twitter is if you are listening to this podcast because that's where I'm putting it. And you may be asking, wow, why does this microphone quality suck? Well, that's because I'm not using a microphone. I'm using my phone. You see, the thing is that I don't really know, like, I don't want to say I don't know how to make a podcast. I just don't have, like, how do I explain this? I don't know if I want to, like, contribute 100%. Like, that's the reason I'm doing this one, because if I do this one and everyone's like, ooh, that's neat, I'd like more, give me some more, maybe then I'd invest in, like, getting an actual, like, good microphone, getting good stuff, you know? For this podcast, actually, I wanted to talk about what I want to do with it. I really want to make the goal is to talk about, you know, topics in the news much more thorough than I already did. That was just more of an introduction of this top of the week or whatever. Yeah, top of the week in my area. And to get to know myself, you know, to introduce me. Because, you know, if you're going to listen to a guy talk, you might want to know who he is. I think I said that earlier. Yeesh, repeating things. Anyway, I want guests as well as to talk about stuff. Because there's some, like, people that I want on. And I want to get to know them, and I want to interview them, and ask them about their opinion on certain things. Because in reality, the only reason I really made this podcast is because I like talking, but I got no one to talk to, you know? So I like to imagine somebody's going to listen at least, you know? Let me take a quick break because I need to think about some other topics. Boopity bee break, you see? Boopity bee break, you see? Alright, break's over, you know? Because yeah, I'm stupid. Anyway, so I want to talk about Ariana Grande because it's so interesting to me. At first, I used to, but like for a bit ago, not too long ago, I was like a little upset with her because of like how she treated her exes, like Pete Davidson, and was like calling him out for making a joke about the stuff, you know, the whole break off engagement thing on SNL. But now she's like, because he didn't bash her. Okay, I just want to say that he did not bash her. He just made a passing joke, and she called him out on it. Sorry, I gotta get my she's and he's all mixed up. Anyway, but now she's doing Thank You Next, which isn't bashing her boyfriends at all, but she's really hyping it up. And it's a fine song, okay? I don't care about that, but I just really could do without the whole, I don't want to say it's dramatic, I just really don't want to see that on my feed, you know? Like, I don't care, you know? Like, I feel like I should, but I don't. One of my favorite bands actually did a cover of Thank You Next, the 1975, and it got trending for a while, and I thought that was pretty interesting. Was it good? It was fine. If you want to look at it, go ahead. It's like on BBC or whatever. You can go on YouTube and just look up Thank You Next in 1975. But it's good. It's just the chorus is a bit much. Literally the choir. I guess that is the name of it. Sorry, I'm just thinking. Yes, the choir is a little much because, like, some people just go off on their own and you just don't hear his voice. Speaking of 1975, I'm a real big fan of 1975, and I recommend them a lot. If you don't know who they are a British pop rock band that I'm actually a big fan of. I'm a real big fan of them. They're coming out with a new album called A Brief Inquiry to Online Relationships, and it has something for everybody. If you're not really into rock, you can go with their song Two Time, Two Time, Two Time, which is more of like a very popular, bouncy song that's kind of fun. They got like some really heavy political stuff called Love It If We Made It, which I think should deserve a song award, at least, you know? But if you are into rock, they got a song called Give Yourself a Try that's pretty guitar heavy. And if you really have a guilty pleasure for like that Cyndi Lauper, girls just wanna have fun, that kind of whole thing. That was an awful impression to Cyndi Lauper. But if you're into that, they have a song called "It's Not Living If It's Not With You," which is kind of like a love song about heroin, because he was in he was in rehab and he detoxed now, but he was on heroin for a while, up until like late 2017, and then when he finished his detoxing, he was like, you know what? Instead of doing these drugs, we should write 2 albums in the span of 6 months. Oh, that voice crack. In the span of 6 months. And that's what he's doing. On November 30th, he's coming out with the Brief Inquiry in Online Relationships. And then I think sometime 2019, he's going to come out with another one called Notes on a Conditional Form. Sorry for that weird pause. I just had to pause the, what's it called, recording thing, take a drink, almost throw up. But anyway. What else is something I like? I'm a big fan of The Office. I'm a big fan of Dragon Ball. Yeah, that's right. I'm into that anime garbage because I'm basic. I'm a big fan of some rappers called Kill Bill and Rav. Kill Bill the rapper, that's his whole name, but he's very chill. They're both lo-fi artists, but Kill Bill's very slow and very... There's a lot... I wouldn't say there's a lot more meaning than Rav. They have very equal, deep meaning in their rap, but it's very, like, heavy, you know? I don't know, like, imagine 21 Savage is, like, you hear 21 Savage's voice and you're like, oh, the song's gonna be heavy. That's how it feels with Kill Bill the rapper, you know? As for Rav, he's more like, I don't like giving rappers, like, oh, he's like this. But if you're a big fan of, like, old Eminem rap, but it's, like, about deep stuff and kind of, like, nerdy stuff and having fun with the rap and getting all sad and melancholy, that's the best word for it, then I recommend Rav. They both have a really good song. I wouldn't say they both do, but Kill Bill has a song featuring Rav called RPG, and that's really fun. And then Rav has a good song called Lavender featuring Kill Bill that I really recommend. Let's see. I'm curious. If you want to go like in like a comments or reply or whatever, I don't really know how you'd want to do it, but I recommend you go into... What's the word? I recommend you go into a reply or comment or whatever on the Twitter or wherever I post this, I guess, and just tell me what you want in a podcast. Because, again, I don't know where I'm going with this. I just like going to topics. I like talking about the news, and it's certainly gonna be longer than however long this one's gonna be because there's gonna have other people. It's gonna be more planned out, and I'm gonna have to put more detail to it. This is more of like a trial podcast, you know. It's not like you're not getting the full 100% extent. And for that, I think is the best way I can start it off. Because if you don't like it now, you're not going to like it if it's 100%, you know? So why should I give that 100% if you're not willing to have that 100%? Which now I sound like I'm like a woman trying to, not a woman, like just any lady getting onto that man because I'm a well-respected and independent lady that doesn't need no man. Anyway, movies. I'm a big fan of movies. Recently, I saw both The Grinch and Wreck-It Ralph 2 because I'm 5 years old. Ugh. The Grinch was bland, I'm not gonna lie. I love The Grinch. He was my favorite part of the... What's it called? The movie. Wow, I just lost track. Yes, he was the best part of the movie. The worst part, I think, was this like weird thing they had going on with the little girl, Cindy Lou, and a lot of jokes just didn't hit. But whatever, I could just always watch the old one. Now, as for a good movie, I would say Wreck-It Ralph 2 is amazing. Now, I'm not saying it's amazing. Like I want to watch it every day for the rest of my life. Amazing, but for what it is, it's kind of slightly mature. It's kind of like a slightly mature theme. It's clever. It doesn't. There's a few jokes that kind of miss because it's kind of lame, but it's got jokes for everybody, like children and family. You know what? The best way I can describe it, as I said when I finished watching it, it's not a good kids movie, but it's a great family movie. You know, like something you can watch when you're both a kid and adult and get things. Cause they have some jokes that like I laughed at that nobody in the theater did, and then a lot of people in the theater laughed at jokes I didn't get. You know, it does something. You know what it does? It does what the Emoji Movie did as tropes, and revamped them and fixed them and made them funny and made them enjoyable. And yeah, I think the Emoji Movie is a great example of how you can have a good plan but awful execution. Like a great concept, the Emoji Movie. Oh, you travel through apps and you want to get to be more than what you are, but you force every joke. It doesn't make it funny, you know? Like I can't force a knock knock joke onto you, and then you make it funny. But with Wreck It Ralph, there's just jokes happening around, and if you get them, you get them. If you don't, you don't. It doesn't take away from the story or the premise, you know? And I think that's pretty interesting. Also, my boy Sonic the Hedgehog has like 2 lines in there, so that's pretty neat. Now I'm thinking about movies, and another good movie is Bohemian Rhapsody, which is about Queen. I think I already said. I think I talked. Yeah, I did talk about it earlier, but I want to just give it another shout out because it's great. One of my all-time favorite movies is Baby Driver, and if you don't know what that is, it's basically has Ansel Elgort, the guy who played Augustus Waters in The Fault in Our Stars, and a few other people. Was he in Divergent? Whatever. I don't think he was. I don't know. Anyway, the point is that he is he plays Baby Driver. He plays Baby, and it's kind of like a musical. You know, it's not like it has singing or whatever. It just has music, and everything he does goes along with that music to the point where it's like a music video. And it's on purpose, and there's a good story, and I think it's fun, and the music's really good. It's got a lot of that oldie stuff, and it's fun. You know, it's just a super fun movie, and it's done by one of my favorite directors, Edgar Wright. A lot of people don't care about directors, I've noticed. Nobody is like, oh shoot, this is a Jordan Peele film, which I'm pretty sure Jordan Peele isn't even. Is he a director? Let me look that up for a second. Okay, update. He is. That's neat. All right, good. Cause I remember because I watched Get Out and I thought that was a fantastic thriller. That's one of the best thrillers I've ever seen, honestly. Anyway, let's see where I am. Where am I? I'm all over the place, huh? Speaking of Jordan Peele, Toy Story 4, because that's a good segue. Toy Story 4 is coming out, and I saw it in the teaser trailer, and then I freaked out. And then Stan Lee had to die, so I was really okay again. I wasn't not happy anymore. But now, in retrospect, I'm still very happy because I love Toy Story. I think it's it's my favorite Pixar movie. Can I tell you it's the best? I don't know. I have a bias towards it, you know? Like, if I told you that my dogs were the best than your dogs, then that's just kind of biased. But I'm just saying this, one of my favorite series. I cried during Toy Story 3. I distinctly remember that my dad had to get me and my mom out of the theater because we were crying so much. He just took us out. And then we got the Blu-ray, and then I saw it again, and then I couldn't finish it because I cried again. I'm that kind of person. Yeesh. I know, it's like, I shouldn't cry at these movies because they're not real. But still, it hurts, you know? It's like, don't say so long, partner, would you? Please, because that means you're saying it to me. Either way, I'm really happy to make it in Toy Story 4. Although, Tim Allen, the man who plays Buzz Lightyear, he said that apparently it's going to be sadder than Avengers Infinity War. And everyone got real sad at Avengers Infinity War. Oh, Jesus, I don't want to imagine Woody being like so long, partner, and then fading away in the ash. It's just, ooh, another segue, because I'm loving these segues. Speaking of Ash, Detective Pikachu's coming out with Ryan Reynolds as, you know, Detective Pikachu. I don't get it, but it doesn't mean I don't love it with all my heart, because the idea of having the guy who voices Deadpool as the man who goes Pika Pika is amazing. And you know what? I'm interested because it looks good. You know, it doesn't look like a terrible like video game movie. Because as I've noticed, all video game all video game movies are bad. You know what? I don't want to say all. Most video game movies are bad. You know, like the Mario Brothers movie, which is like really like a critical failure. Yeah, like some Resident Evils that didn't land. I mean, but you have Mortal Kombat, and that was pretty interesting. But then you had the sequel that was really bad. It really never works out for movies and video games. Assassin's Creed wasn't good. The point is that I think this is going to be the first really good video game movie, which is going to be followed by a bad video game movie that makes me very upset called Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm a big fan of Sonic the Hedgehog. Like, I'm borderline weirdly kind of creepy obsessed. And it's not like I'm like, oh, I want to be Sonic the Hedgehog's best friend. It's just, I've just always been a fan since I was like little. I was playing the Dreamcast and I was playing Sonic Adventure 1. You know? Like, I have a little like a $70 collector's edition that I bought because I'm that lame of Sonic Mania with the statues and all that. Which is a little much of information, not gonna lie. Oh, jeez. Got some posters of him over there. Either way, they're making a movie about him, and it's gonna be done by the same guy that did Alvin and the Chipmunks. And we all know how bad I wouldn't say how bad, how interesting that went. The good news is Jim Carrey is going to be playing Dr. Eggman, the evil guy, so that's pretty good. And in 2020, you already know Illuminations, the guy who did the Minions, the guys who did the Minions, I should say, is doing the Mario movie, so that's just great. That's just amazing. The weird thing is that I feel like shouldn't like these shows, like shouldn't like these video game movies be done by Disney? Because Disney has the rights to them. They have the rights to all these characters. Like, if Sonic's in Wreck-It Ralph 2, then Disney has the rights to Sonic. Because I think Fox is doing the Sonic movie. It's just interesting why they don't do that, because I feel like Sonic would be a great character for Disney, you know? Same with Mario. Just having a video game universe would give them a ton of money. But what do I know, you know? It's not like I took a class on this, you know. I'm in high school still. Jeez, that's interesting. High school is wild, and you know it's weird saying that because I feel like I'm like a main character in some awful Disney Channel movie. Like, yeah, high school's weird, but today I met a dog that can skateboard, which I believe is not a movie. Nope, that's not a movie. I was thinking about the Skateboard Kid, which is a interesting movie. Anyway, jeez, I would love to be in like a really bad Disney movie, just so I can say I was, you know? Like, I want to say, yeah, that's right, I was in Hocus Pocus 3. Everyone would be like, wait a minute, there was a Hocus Pocus 3 and 2? And I'd be like, nope. God, I wish I could just make things up to other people. Like, the most I make things up about me is, like, when I go to Starbucks, and they're like, what's your name? And I'm like, yo, my name's Joseph. My name's, Zach Galifianakis, the stepson. Ugh. Man, I don't know why I always go, ugh. It's like having, It's as if I was saying, or, but it's just more, like, dramatic. It's like, ugh. I don't want to do this anymore. God, I hate that. I say that too. It's, you know what? I feel like I have a lot of tropes I need to fix, you know? Because if you're going to listen to me, you don't want to hear me say, oh my God, I hate that. Like, nobody likes hearing that. Whatever. Yeah, this is going to be a trial episode. I'm pretty sure I'm having fun. I love talking and I love doing things like this. So having like a platform to talk where people could listen if they wanted is amazing. And you know what? I think I want to do it more. I'm going to do like more polls. I'm going to see if people want to do it. I just want to be around, you know? I want to do this for fun. I'm not trying to do this for money. I'm not trying to do this for publicity. I'm just trying to have fun. And I just want people to listen to it. So if you're listening all the way to here, I want to thank you. I want you to leave something in the comment. I want you to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. I want you to like retweet it or whatever, like whatever, okay? You know? I want that. And that's all I could tell you, you know? So, you know what? I'm just gonna go now because it's getting real. Man, you know I can't come up with a good outro, huh? Anyway. Oh, jeez. Well, this has been officially called Low-Key Velocity. I got that name basically. I'm gonna call it Low-Key Velocity because, when I was, like, growing up, you know? I was a big fan of starting a band because I thought I could sing, which I know now I can't. I wanted to create like a big old like alter ego band called Jet Comet and the Low-Key Velocities because those are two cool names. Jet Comet I've always loved, and I tried to get myself people to call me that in 8th grade, which did not work, but I loved it. Is that I wanted to be called Jet, but nobody ever did it, and I was really upset for a little while, and then I realized how stupid it was, so I was like, you know what, fine, whatever, just call me Jeremiah rather than. But low-key velocity has always been interesting to me, so I'm going to keep it, and that's mine. So, take that, everyone else in that band. There was like too many anyway. Anyway, this is the official outro, and I'm about to cough.